High in the ancient rainforests of Southeast Asia lives one of the most extraordinary and bizarre-looking birds on Earth, the Rhinoceros Hornbill, Buceros rhinoceros. With its massive size, striking black and white plumage, and an enormous orange-red casque curving over its bright red and yellow bill, this hornbill looks like a creature from a fantasy world. These majestic birds soar through the canopy of primary forests in Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and Borneo. They are vital seed dispersers, playing a crucial role in maintaining the health of the rainforest. But their life cycle is one of the most unusual and risky in the bird world. Rhinoceros hornbills reproduce very slowly, and the female makes the ultimate sacrifice. She seals herself inside a tree cavity for months, becoming completely dependent on her mate. Habitat loss, illegal logging, and the pet trade have pushed this iconic species toward decline. Today, we follow the dramatic 115-day journey of a rhinoceros hornbill from an egg laid inside a dark sealed tree hole to a young survivor that must break free from its prison of survival. A powerful story of trust, sacrifice, and the fight to escape a wall built for protection. Are you ready to enter the hidden world behind the wall? Rhinoceros hornbills nest in natural tree cavities high up in tall, mature rainforest trees, often more than 20-30 meters above the ground. The female chooses a suitable hole, usually in a large dipterocarp or other emergent tree, and prepares it for breeding. Once the pair decides on the nest, the female enters the cavity. Using her bill and the male's help, she begins the incredible process of sealing the entrance. She mixes her own droppings, mud, food remains, and wood pulp to build a thick, hard wall, leaving only a narrow vertical slit just wide enough for the male to pass food through. This wall of survival completely traps her inside for the entire nesting period, protecting her and the future chicks from predators like monkeys, snakes, and other hornbills. After sealing herself in, the female lays 1 to 3 white eggs, though usually only 1 or 2 will hatch successfully. Incubation lasts about 38 to 40 days. Inside the dark, humid cavity, she sits on the eggs, turning them regularly and maintaining the right temperature and humidity using her own body heat. The male becomes the sole provider. He flies long distances across the forest to find fruit, insects, small vertebrates, and even other birds' eggs or nestlings. He regurgitates food through the narrow slit multiple times a day. The female must carefully receive each delivery while keeping the eggs safe. Life behind the wall is full of risks. If the male is killed or fails to find enough food, the entire family can starve. The sealed cavity can become too hot or too humid, or fungal growth can damage the eggs. Predators such as clouded leopards, large snakes, or monitor lizards may try to break through the wall or reach the slit. In some areas, poachers cut down nest trees or chisel open the seal to capture the female or chicks for the illegal pet trade. Despite these dangers, the female remains completely committed. She does not leave the cavity even once during this period. After nearly 40 days, the first egg begins to crack, and a tiny, helpless hornbill chick emerges into the darkness of its sealed prison. The newly hatched rhinoceros hornbill chick is blind, naked, and extremely fragile. Its skin is pink and wrinkled, and it can do little more than lie helplessly and beg for food with soft calls. At this stage, it weighs only a few dozen grams and depends entirely on its mother for warmth and care. Inside the sealed cavity, the female carefully tends to her chick. She keeps it warm, cleans the nest by ejecting waste through the slit, and breaks down the food delivered by the male into small, digestible pieces. The male continues his tireless hunting, bringing a variety of fruits, insects, lizards, and small mammals to sustain both the female and the growing chick. The confined space creates unique challenges. The air can become stale and humid, increasing the risk of infection. Waste buildup must be carefully managed by the female to prevent disease. The chick is safe from most predators thanks to the thick wall, But if the male cannot provide enough food, both mother and chick will weaken rapidly. The female remains sealed inside for the entire early chick-rearing period. She molts her flight feathers while inside the cavity, a remarkable adaptation that prevents her from flying away even if the wall were broken. This complete commitment ensures she can focus entirely on protecting and feeding the chick. By 2 to 3 weeks old, the chick begins to develop a coat of soft down and opens its eyes. It grows quickly thanks to the rich diet provided by its parents. However, it is still too weak to move much in the cramped space and relies on the female to keep it clean and safe. The greatest threat at this stage remains the failure of the male to deliver food consistently. In years of fruit scarcity, many nesting attempts fail completely. Between 30 and 60 days old, the young Rhinoceros Hornbill undergoes rapid development inside the dark cavity. Its body grows significantly, and juvenile feathers begin to replace the initial down. The distinctive casque starts to develop as a small bump on its bill, though it is still far from the impressive structure of the adults. The chick becomes much more active. It moves around the nest cavity, exercises its growing wings, and begs loudly when the male arrives with food. The female continues to break down larger food items and feed the chick, while also teaching it basic behaviors by example. Space is limited, so the growing chick must learn to maneuver carefully. It practices stretching its neck and wings in the confined area, building strength for the day it will break free. The female gradually reduces her brooding as the chick improves at thermoregulating on its own. By around 70 days, the young hornbill looks like a miniature version of its parents, though its plumage is duller and its casque is only partially formed. It can now consume larger pieces of food directly from the male through the slit. Throughout this stage, the family remains trapped behind the wall. The female has not seen daylight for more than 2 months. The male continues his exhausting routine of foraging and delivering food, sometimes making dozens of trips per day. The risks of predation or human interference remain high. If the nest tree is disturbed or the wall is damaged, the defenseless chick inside has almost no chance of survival. Around 80 to 100 days old, the young Rhinoceros Hornbill reaches the most dramatic phase, preparing to break out of its prison. The female begins to weaken the seal from the inside. She and the chick work together to chip away at the hard wall using their strong bills. This process can take several days and is physically demanding. As the opening widens, fresh air and daylight finally enter the cavity for the first time in months. Once the hole is large enough, the female emerges first thin, exhausted, and with regrown flight feathers. She has sacrificed her freedom and physical condition for the survival of her offspring. Shortly after, the juvenile breaks out as well. Now, the young hornbill must quickly learn essential survival skills. It practices flying from branch to branch near the nest tree, strengthening its wings after months of limited movement. The parents begin teaching it how to forage for fruit, catch insects, and navigate the complex three-dimensional rainforest canopy. The juvenile also learns to recognize danger from eagles and other raptors above, monkeys and snakes below, and the constant threat of human activity. It practices social behaviors, as hornbills are often seen in small family groups or pairs. At this stage, the young bird still receives some food from its parents, while gradually becoming more independent. Its casque continues to grow, and its plumage brightens as it matures. After approximately 115 days from the egg, the young Rhinoceros Hornbill has successfully broken free from its wall of survival and entered the rainforest canopy as an independent bird. It now flies with its parents, learning the vast territories of the forest and the seasonal locations of fruiting trees. The juvenile must master finding its own food, avoiding predators, and surviving the challenges of a rapidly changing rainforest. Those that survive the dangerous first months after fledging develop the full strength, striking appearance, and intelligence that define adult rhinoceros hornbills. They will eventually form their own pairs and repeat the incredible cycle, sealing a new female behind a wall to raise the next generation. The 115-day journey from a tiny egg in total darkness to a free-flying survivor is one of the most remarkable parental sacrifices in the bird world. The thick wall that once protected the chick becomes a symbol of the extreme trust and dedication required for survival in the ancient rainforests. This is the powerful story of the rhinoceros hornbill, truly trapped behind a wall of survival.